I'm going to use this. I found at Dollar Tree for $1. It's kind of a painted burlap ribbon. Okay, I think it's just long enough. And then some leftover piece of plain burlap ribbon that I'm going to use for the bow. And this is a piece for the tail of the bow. Just put pins in it and give an illusion of a bow. And then I made these little jute flowers, and for a long time I saw these different places and tried to make them, and I wondered how in the world did they make them. And I was just sitting up thinking one day, and I thought, okay, let me try this. Because how in the world, I thought to myself, how in the world are they making these so symmetrical? Because every time I make them, they didn't come out symmetrical. They were all lopsided and everything. And so what I did was I took these. That's why you see these 3 cans here. I took something round, and I wrapped it with the jute, and I did 12 turns. Let me let that go. I did 12, and just hold that, of course, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't overlap them. 11, do them in a row. 12, and then I found the spot where I started, like here, so I could hold that, because I want to slide that off all in one unit like that. And I got these 2 up here just to show you that's how you make different sizes. Is find something round and solid that's got the same size, and then you take and you just grab the whole thing, and if you can, you want to make it easier to work with. It really kind of doesn't matter, but for me, you know, just, okay, it's round, squeeze them together, straight together, and then that way, you know, when you flour them out, they won't be so overlapped and hard to deal with. So what I'm using for the middle to wrap them up with is wire. Where's that wire? Here it is. It's floral wire. And it's a real thin gauge wire, but you can use any kind of wire. I've got, I just bought some at Walmart yesterday, some a little bit thicker gauge, but this is fine. This will do. And just take and wrap it in the middle. Pretty much just tight as you can get it, really. Tight, tight, tight. Wrap it up really good. And then this wire is so thin, the gauge on it, this floral type wire, you can cut it with scissors. Cut your burlap off. Cut that off. Okay. And then you just take it and start flouring it out, you know, rounding it out. Okay. And what I did to keep it, you know, floured or rounded out like that is smash that a little bit. And then what I did was I took just a little bit of hot glue and put it right there, just a little bit, and then squeeze that together and hold it until it's firm, until it dries, until it solids up. I do that every time. That's not going to be the first time you see that. Here, I have these little, do it like that. Squeeze them together. Here we go. And do the same thing on the other side. Kind of lay it down and squish them together. gosh, I don't know why I do that with that hot glue. I do it every single time. Okay. And it's trying to run it up the side. And then squish it together. This is why I do it with my fingers, because when you use an instrument, it does get... Okay. And these are some old, you know, I'm a retired nurse. An RN from back in the day. But, and I've had these forever. I don't even know where I got them, but they're clamps. Okay. The kind of clamps they use in surgery, although the ones in surgery are usually bigger. But we use these on the floor a lot. But they have a little hook thing. I'm sure nowadays you can probably get them anywhere. I mean, you know, in a lot of places. Back then you couldn't, but I got these at the hospital. But see, there you go. And just flour it out. That's my terminology. Flour it out. Turn it into a straight up flour. Isn't that cool? And then what I did was I took and found, I bought a jar of buttons from, I don't know, Walmart or Hobby Lobby on the clearance. And I don't know if you can see this. Let me see. Can you see this? I just put a little bit of hot glue there. And let's see if I can stick that down without burning myself. Right in the middle. And you got your little burlap flour. I just love these. I'm going to really use them on as much as I can because I've been wanting to figure out how to make these forever. Anyway, that's going to be what's a part of this project. So, you're going to take your little Dollar Tree burlap, painted burlap ribbon, and you are going to wrap it on a diagonal. Okay, I got to emphasize the diagonal because if you try to wrap it straight, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to stay stagnant and stay in the same place. Okay, so diagonal. This is what I mean when I say on the diagonal. Turn it with this pointing up and this perpendicular to the middle of the wreath, like that. Okay, and then take your pins and start pinning. Let me see. I'm going to make this the back. And put your pin in on the diagonal. Put it straight in, because if you put it straight in, it'll come straight out. So put it on the diagonal. Okay, and then start wrapping. I forgot what they call this style of this pattern. There's a name. I don't know. It escapes me right now. This turns out to be such a neat looking design with this this little foam wreath. I'm telling you, so cute, so cute. Every time I do this, I think it's just not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. But I tell you, getting that thing smooth, you got to really pull on it. There's no shame in pinning it along the way if you need to, but I've practiced this a couple times and I know that's something you don't necessarily need to do. It's all in the way you wrap it. And if you backtrack and rewrap, that's okay. But this, the little roll that you get at, I was going to say Hobby Lobby, at Dollar Tree, is just enough for this size wreath. This little bite-sized, fun-sized wreath. Okay, this is our back. So, you see what I just did? It's kind of bulky, so I just pull that and pull that like that. Because this is the back. Come on, it's the back. Okay, anyway. Now, when I get around here, these pins that are darker, I'm going to pull them out because I don't want them to show. Let me see if they'll show. Let me see if they... No, they're not going to show. They'll be okay. It's just enough. I'm telling you, that's crazy. I mean, it's just enough. Okay. And this is the back, so let me pin it. I want to pin as much as I can. I don't really want to, but at this point, it might be a good idea to go ahead and hot glue it, but pinning it does make it easier to deconstruct if you get tired of it and you want to change it into another project. I always look at that possibility. Okay. Yeah, that is kind of trying to be bulky on me. It's okay. Okay. So there's that. And then, now, our wreath. Did I turn this? I'm trying to remember how I did this. Let me stop this. Okay. All right, are we back? Okay, so this is the piece of burlap ribbon that I'm going to take and make a ribbon out of. Make a bow out of. Okay. And let's see. Is that about the right size? Yeah, I'm going to say so. And what I'm going to do here is, because of this is, like I said, I'm using scraps of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to use some jute on this because I don't want that to show. So what I'm going to do is, let me cut a little piece of jute. I am going to tie my bow with the jute because the wire is going to show up, and I'm not covering up enough of it. You know, I'm not covering the middle of it completely, the middle of the bow with accessories. And so therefore I don't want that green wire to show. So I'm trying to even out my bow here. Let me see, where's the middle? Oh, there it is. Here, pull this through a little bit. Let's see if that's even. Steven. Now I think I got it too far. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, that's gonna be okay. And then, like I say, this was another scrap. So what I did was I took this, and let me get a white pen, and kind of bunch it up, and then just take the pen and I can stick it in, and it'll give the illusion of it being a part of the original bow. Okay, like that, and I'm going to stick that down there, and then let's see if that's going to pull over that way. Yeah, and then tighten that up enough. Let me tighten that up a little bit more. It's kind of loose. Oh, I didn't put a knot in it. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Now it's more bowy. Bowified. And with the jute, it kind of doesn't matter because it blends right in. And I'm going to, again, I'm going to pin it. I'm not gluing it. I am going to pin it. Loving this styrofoam, guys. This is my first time working with it in a wreath form, and I like it. Okay, so I'm going to pick white top. These are the only pins I could find. I was trying to find all white, and I couldn't. And matter of fact, this is the last one they had. Walmart's getting low on everything. Anyway, I'm going to end up using all the, if I use all the white, then I'll go to yellow. Okay. And see, the pins even help it to stick up even better. I like that. There we go. And I'm going to scoot over just a little bit. I mean, I just like stuff to be so symmetrical. I think that's a little big on that side. And see, I used the button on that. Let me get another button. That's what I'm putting in the middle. I don't want to put a flower. I think it'll mess it up. Where's the buttons? Okay. Over here. See, here's my buttons. I'll go ahead and show you the buttons I got it. I took them out of the container. Yeah, that's good enough. And so what I'm going to do is, because I don't want the button to stick up, I'm going to cut that off. Okay, see that? With my wire cutters, or my chucks, whatever word you want to use. And then put a dollop of glue right there in the middle. And there's our bow. Our bow. I like the bows to be kind of turned down and give it a little character. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to put my flowers on. I think, and these are the flowers I made from the jute and the button and the hot glue. And I'm just going to glue them on just like that. And that'll be it. It's that easy. I like that. I do. I'm gonna add a piece of wire. Okay, I do. I think I do here. I'm going to use this wire. That's rope. I don't have the gold stick. I wanted to use wire to hang the oh, here it is. Okay, that's what I want to show you. This way you don't have to do anything extra. Just take your piece of wire. I mean, it's so super simple. About, I don't know, what is this, 3-4 inches. Cut it with your wire cutters, and then just bend it in half, exactly in half. Okay, and then another good thing, a good use for wire cutters, what I learned to do is to take, if you lightly hold them, you can bend your wire with them without cutting it. Just bend. And I'm going to bend this, try to make it as even as I can. That's always a challenge. And this is going to be my hanger, as opposed to a piece of jute. And just find the exact center and stick it in there. I hope this is showing up good on camera. And there you got it. There's your hanger. You see that? There's your hanger. I think I need to put that up a little bit, but see it? Okay, so there's your wreath. I love that. That's going to be one of my favorites, I think. Okay, so I'm going to hang it and go ahead and just make this one fluid video rather than having to edit it. There's our wreath. What do you think? I think it's really cute. Love it. Okay, so until the next Styrofoam quarantine wreath project, bye-bye.